Hey there folks, it's Bobo the Vulture again, and it's time for more Let's Play Aerobiz Supersonic. And last time we finished up the year 2000. Time to enter the year 2001, January 2001. January 2001 was, time the MetLink entered negotiations. Okay, so, between London and Milan, good to know. I didn't see that last thing they were doing. Oh well. Look at this, we're making money. Oh, it still says that we're the number 2 airline in Southeast Asia. We should be able to fix that. First of all, let's see how the route to Hong Kong is doing. So I think this will be our first chance to evaluate that, will it not? Whoa! The London to Tokyo route is full. I gotta get some more planes on that. Do I have any more planes? I don't have any more planes. Well, never mind. We may have to fix that too. Okay, the Bangkok route is full. The Singapore route is full. 1A310. The Tokyo to Hong Kong route is mostly full. It's not completely full. But, let's analyze it here real quick. I predict that demand for that route will increase. That is my bold prediction. Also, let's see. Let's open it. We need to open another route in Southeast Asia here. 44.39. That's a pretty good score. That's a pretty heavy score. 63 and 42. Really? Shanghai is doing a lot better business, it would seem, than Beijing. But nobody's flying to Shanghai. Curiosity here. It's not a very long flight. They could do this with A320s. That costs almost 300 million as a route. That costs a little bit less, but still. And how much for the route down to Kuala Lumpur? Oh, we could almost afford that now. And what's Kuala Lumpur like as a city? Come on, tell me about Kuala Lumpur. Tell me about Malaysia. Not very populous. They've got reasonable tourism and economy scores, though. 44 is not that great, actually. Compare it to the hot nightlife of Bangkok, where hard men become humble. As you folks at home know, you're all big into the musical theater, are you not? Sure you are. Okay. Yeah, Hong Kong should be crack-a-lackin', but yet it's more lack-a-lackin'. No, I mean, it's not a terrible route. We did put a lot of planes on it, so... What about making a soul train? That wouldn't be a bad venture either. Do we want to start a flight? Oh, it's not Vladivostok. Hey, we're in good relationships with those folks. It'll be a really small flight, and ordinarily it's not the kind of flight that I would go to or go with. But first of all, it's going to be pretty... Oh, yeah, never mind. I thought it was longer than that. Not going to go that way. I can't go for that. No, can't do. I can't go for that. Can't go for that. Can't go for that. Yeah. How many people in Shanghai? Almost 13 million. It'll be worth it. I'm going to go ahead and negotiate for some slots in Shanghai. Go ahead and negotiate for some slots in Shanghai. Almost certainly won't need 14. Nope. Let's start with 7. Let's go ahead and begin negotiations. Usually I just try and negotiate for 14 slots right away whenever I do these things, but I'm not used to doing a whole lot of my business out of Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia, you have to be very judicious with your use of airport slots. That's why you want to try to generally have the big airplanes going out of there, because as I feel we may have established already, well, here. Let's look at the A340s. No, nothing like that. Do I want to buy another A310, or do I want to buy another A300 600? Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and order... Actually, hold on. No, the plane is very much to my liking, Miss Airbus. I really should have given the Airbus agent a name by this point, the amount of time I spent at the Airbus people's place. It's been a while since I looked at Tupolev's stuff. Wow. Look at that. Man. And there are worse airplanes that have ever been made than TU-204, but still. Like, that's one of them. Yeah. Ocean must have the big wide-body Iron Curtain aircraft. Yeah, and this, and the funny thing is, if you're playing as an Eastern Bloc country, specifically if you're playing as the Soviet Union, and you can't get deals on any of the Eastern Bloc airplanes, like when this comes out, you're like, great, I can finally cross oceans, because this is the first plane that has the range to take off from Moscow and go to, like, the east coast of the U.S. It's, yeah, I mean, see, terrible economy, although, yeah, that actually has range. And a little IL-86, wow, that's an awful plane. That's good awful. And the interesting thing is, now our relationship with Airbus is so good, the Airbus planes don't actually cost much more than those. What was I about to check? Oh, come on, help me here, people. I was going to check something. Oh, that's right. Well, for one, I was going to go to North America, just to check on all these routes anyways. Okay, London to LA is still not yet completely full. LA to New York is completely full using A320s and raising the fare. What is the competition? The competition is still going to be... Whoa! What the heck, MetLink? MetLink has closed its New York to LA route. We've beaten them so mercilessly in their own hometown, they've closed off their most... I mean, this is the best route that you can open up in North America. It's not the longest route, but it's the route that has the most demand. Okay. I'll raise my prices another 10%. That's cool. If they keep this up, I might have to buy A300 600s to put on the LA to New York route. Oh, you know what? That might be fun to do, just to piss some people off. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy... Right now, I'm gonna buy... Let's say one A300 600. No, I'll buy two, because I'm gonna need the other one. No, let's say one. I won't need the other one right now. Just one, please. One plane will cost that much money, that's good. I can put that on the route to Hong Kong. Wait, how many planes do I have on the route to Hong Kong right now? See, this is what happens, folks. If you go away from the game for a couple days, you're a little bit rusty, you're not sure what's going on. How many planes do I have going there? Singapore, I got one A310, and it's completely full. I should put an A300 600 on that route. My mistake. Yes, and I should, and that'll be enough. I switch that over, I can put the other A310 on the London to Tokyo route. Get more passengers heading into Tokyo. And if the Tokyo to LA route starts, filling up anymore, I can always do a little more negotiation there. Alright. I'm actually going to start getting a little cocky here. I'm going to start ordering up slots that I don't need. Because I know it'll take some time to get these slots, because well, it won't take that much time, actually. No, I'm not going to negotiate for those slots just now. Unless I wanted to open up a route to Miami. I could. Tourism score is pretty high. I could do that, or I could do Hawaii. Hawaii! Tourism score, of course, is always huge in Hawaii. In which city shall we bid for slots? Don't bid for slots. I actually instead have decided I want to go into snoop around the map mode. How much would a route from LA to Honolulu cost? Not that much money. See, we could afford to open up these. That's the thing, you can open up routes in North America for the price of an airplane. And if you opened up those and put an A320, maybe 2 A320s on each of those routes, see, that route's a little more expensive, but still. And like, that's one that, they charge a lot of money for because they know it's going to be huge. Yeah. No. Job one right now is to make sure that I have enough money for the new route in Shanghai, because I want to cement my #1 ranking in Southeast Asia before I start messing with North America. Because right now they can still keep #1 in North America with all these little flights, even if I've managed to close off what should be their most profitable flight. Even if I've managed to shut off their most profitable flight of their home region. Let's take a look at the flights going in and out of Europe here. Of course, London to Tokyo is full, as we noticed before. London to Athens is... yeah, let's up the fare a little here. That's okay, we'll change that flight. And to Rome, it's actually doing okay above the regular fare. It's okay to change that flight as shown too. And the Tehran route, it's doing okay, still not doing great. London to LA, mostly full, not quite where it could be yet. And that requires 4 A310s. Okay. Just gathering up information, folks. Gathering up information. Yeah, let's go ahead and end the first quarter of 2001. 2001, as everyone remembers, and as is most relevant to the airline industry, was the year of the September 11th disaster. Well, terrorist attack in the United States. Airplanes crashed into the Twin Towers. Business booming as tourists continue to flock to Paris. 16 more slots in Tokyo. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty heavy score. And regional flights, okay. We're still going to be number 3 in Europe. We could probably get more passengers in Europe if we use some bigger planes, or we might be able to. Yeah, I should be number 1 in Southeast Asia, even without the new route to Shanghai. But going to go ahead. That's not going to stop me from doing it, because I want to be comfortably ahead. Yeah, I'm making like half the money that MetLink is in profit. Which doesn't seem like a big deal, but yeah. But no, 2 airplanes crashed into the Twin Towers. The airplane that crashed into the front of the Pentagon, and the airplane that crashed in the field in Pennsylvania. Which pretty much just, in addition to the, the enormous toll on the American psyche and the actual lives lost, and these were several $1 million, multi-million-dollar buildings. Although actually, I think the Pentagon was actually a fairly cheap quick wartime project, but not super cheap, you know, but we acquired 11 slots in Tokyo, and we acquired an A300-600. Sweet. Sweaty. Okay. So then, here's what we gonna do. Leonard Tokyo's full up. That route is full. Okay, we got an A310 there that's completely full. So, we take the A310, swap it out for an A300-600. We have a little bit of room left on that plane. It's okay to change that flight as shown. And bam. We've got an extra A310 to put on the London to Tokyo route. Gets us 2 flights. Gets us 2 flights that we can charge a decent amount of money for, if it weren't for the fact that I'm already maxed out in slots in London. Okay. That's okay. We can deal. And by we, I mean me. Probably something I should have done in the first place. Vicky, small wonder. Get us some slots in London. They'd be like, how many slots you want, Chief? I say, get me lots. I won't need this many. But I'm to the point now, if I'm making that much profit, I don't mind just having slots. Who will I send? Here, you go get slots. I want more slots in Southeast Asia. Negotiations will take 6 months. Actually, no. We have 14 spare slots right now. That's plenty. No slot bidding at the moment. But yeah, in addition to the human toll, the damage of property, it really ruined the domestic airline industry for a while. People were afraid to fly. I mean, airlines in theory were safer than they had been in well, a good long while anyway. Alright. I might not be able to afford a really big plane for this quarter to put on that route, so I will start off using an A320 on it, because I will be able to use the A320. Yeah, just one A320. Jeez, I hope I still manage to make enough in profit. Alright, they're looking forward to seeing me again. When will I see you again? I hope I can still manage to make enough that I can open up the route to Shanghai next quarter. But, yeah, people didn't want to travel. They didn't feel safe. Airline travel and your actual risk of being involved in an airplane hijacking has gone down significantly since its peak in the 1970s. But, I mean, you didn't have an event as sort of huge as that. MetLink is ordering commie planes? Well, I guess it's the 2000s. We're not enemies. We're all friends now, right? Yes. Okay. Interregional flights. They're all fine and dandy cotton candy. Still number 3 in Europe. Not really trying very hard there. Suppose I could be trying harder, but right now I'm trying to build up these profit margins. And really, Southeast Asia, there's a big initial investment involved in getting going there, but the profits are pretty big once you do. Wow, MetLink is still whooping my tail, though. So yeah, there was that. It was actually a sad year for the world of auto racing as well. Of course, in the first quarter, in January, NASCAR superstar Dale Earnhardt Sr. Died in a car crash at the Daytona 500. The two-time Champ Car World Series champion Alex Zanardi, was involved in a crash actually the weekend after September 11th. It was the first, like, big international event that took place after the September 11th attacks. It was a big race at the Lausitzring in Germany. And, essentially his race car ended up getting T-boned by another car. He ended up losing his legs from the knees down. I mean, he ended up being alright. He was able to, he wasn't able to walk away, of course, but I mean, he's still alive. He actually, using his, prosthetics, was able to race again. Hang on a second. I'm not actually going to send any of you to bid for slots. I just want to see how much longer that is going to take. Man. Oh well. Tokyo to LA is getting ever fuller all the time. So we got some more slots in London. How about alright, I didn't actually add the extra plane after all that. Is it okay to change the flight? Yeah, it's okay to change the flight. It's my flight. You do what I tell you. I'm the one that dragged us out of bankruptcy. Well, you're also the one that put us in bankruptcy. Shut up, you. Shut up, dude. Alright. So that was a little miscalculation on my part. I actually have enough money that I could do some playing around here this turn. I could have gotten going on... Well, here, let me go ahead and... Let me go ahead and buy an A300-600 for this route, and I'll keep the A320 for one of those routes that I was planning in. One of those routes that I was planning in North America. Tourist destinations, folks. People love tourist destinations. Which one of these, looks like it would turn me the most money? 2,560 miles. 2,000, about the same. I tell you what. I'm feeling in a generous mood. Let's go after both. That's right. I'm going crazy, folks. Crazy for profits. By the way, thanks to everyone who high-fived me at the end of last video. I do appreciate the high-fives. I don't think we're going to need this many slots. I'll go ahead and start with 7. Take 9 months. Good to know. 9 months. 9 months, we'll be able to start 2 different new American routes. They'll probably offer me more routes than I need to, or more slots than I need to. I will just get 7. That one's going to take a whole year, though, so fine then. We'll have to learn about that one in the next video, because it's not going to be done by the time. Of course, yeah, Los Angeles airport slots, Shanghai airport slots. We're in July. Okay, so we'll have the flight going to Shanghai in time. How did our little change to, the A300-600 going back to Singapore. Okay, so it was almost exactly one full A310 was the total demand. We're still carrying more passengers, it's just, you know, only a slight difference in the overall numbers that we're going to get there. But, yeah, I've got everybody working in Southeast Asia because, you know, that's where I should have set out in the first place. Of course, if I did, honestly, when tensions were at their worst between Tehran and much of the rest of the world, I probably would have been better off, you know, heading to some place like Beijing as my hub city. One of the big Chinese cities. Of course, at that point in time, too, Hong Kong was not a Chinese city, so that wouldn't have helped me. Right. MetLink still making lots of profits, but so are we. So are we. Siberia and Aeromex continuing to lose money all the time. Now that I've seen how bankruptcy reorganization magic works, I'm just wondering how you guys are managing to slub it up. I will admit I did end up handling the bankruptcy reorganization very well. Ordinarily, when you get a bankruptcy, you end up losing some planes and losing some routes. But since all of my planes were in use, and all of my routes individually were making money, but the overhead for the overall airline was still causing us to go into the red. So basically, each individual route was barely, like, the cost of making that plane take off and land was, less than the, number of tickets that I sold, or the price of the tickets that I sold. But still. Anyways, folks, let's move on to the last quarter of 2001. Yeah. Also, I believe 2001 was the year that Bob Wallach ended up dying, too. Bob Wallach is a big sports car ace at the time. And I believe he was training on his bicycle and somebody, hit him with a car. Not fun, but, But we're doing good here, people. We're doing a good job. We're doing a good job. I'm proud of us. And by us, I mean we. And by we, I mean me. Yeah, I got enough money to open this route. What you talking about? What type should we use on this route? We should use a big sucker. So there's a lot of people in Shanghai. How much is the fare? That much is how much the fare is. Let's go ahead and open the route. Opening routes like a mother. Opening routes like a mother. Opening routes like your mother. Okay. So, we got that route opened. Now it's new and exciting. The London to Tokyo route is still full. Okay. That route is new. That route is full. That route's getting more full. That's nice. It's nice to see demand for that growing. And the Tokyo to Hong Kong flight is still pretty full. It seems like it's getting fuller. The Tokyo to LA route is filling up more and more all the time, too. And I get the feeling that when we open up that, let's see, 5909 D1000. I'm going to go ahead and buy an A300-600 this go-around. Keep going the wrong way around for them, I know. What I'm going to eventually do, once I get enough sort of stored around and I can do some reshuffling of planes to get this to work, I'm going to put the A300s, I'm going to put A300-600s on the London to Los Angeles route. Which reminds me, let's go to North America, see how those routes are doing. See, it's not completely full right now. And let's go ahead and look at the competition. Competition is 50 over. So that's still kind of crazy. But I bet if we raised our fare back up, we wouldn't take a huge financial hit. My plan is to put A300-600s on there so that flight can continue to grow. Okay, I think we've reached the ceiling of how much we can charge. I don't mind having a couple of empty spaces if we're charging extra money for the flight. Because we're still, look, we're making $24 million on that flight. LA to New York, and it's an interregional flight. You don't make that much on most interregional flights. I can put this, but yeah, I was thinking eventually I might put A300-600s on this London to LA route, and then take those A310s and put them on the London to Tokyo route. And that would give us enough that we'd have 14 flights going back and forth that way. But that's all planning for the future. Speaking of planning, being diligent, I should call this meeting to order. Go ahead and conduct the meeting, Cockerine.
Let's discuss opening new routes.
Okay. Let's go between Tehran and Bombay, baby. We got to eventually if we're going to win, but we're not going to. We're just going to stretch the game out. London and Paris is not a good route. Tokyo and Tehran's not a bad idea. Mexico City? Yeah, Mexico City. No, let's not adjust existing routes. Let's discuss our planned holdings. We should buy more. Yes, we should buy... Well, we might need to buy more A310s. Let's discuss business ventures. Our company currently owns 2 business ventures. Profits from business ventures are not that much money, but we're not worried about buying any new ones at the moment, apparently. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and stick 2 cards face down in the graveyard and end our turn. Oh, okay. You know what? I just remembered something I meant to do in this go-round. I meant to buy a business in Tokyo to see whether or not it would help us out even more there. Oh yeah, see that? We're doing even more gigantic profiting on the Southeast Asia route now. Well, our profits are about the same, but we're carrying more passengers now, and our sales are higher. And we're kicking MetLink's tail even harder in Southeast Asia at this point, which is the important thing. Oh, hi there, cursor. Anyhow, folks, this is Bobo the Vulture. I didn't do a split, so I'm going to end the video here and hope it doesn't crash. Yeah, this has been the year 2001. Come back next time for the year 2002, where hopefully I'll remember to buy business ventures. And we'll start stretching out. Stretching into some other regions. North America, namely. But, yeah, I'll see you then, folks. Bye now.